Hello my dear students, how's everything going on? Hope everything is going fine and all of you are also fine by the grace of Allah. Okay, so welcome to online class of Milestone School and College. As you know that due to COVID-19 we have started online classes and already you have watched so many online classes, and by these online classes you all are being quite helpful and try to go through all those online classes. So today we are going to start a class and this is about English 2. Already you have read tense in the previous classes. Today we are also going to review tense and also we will start a new topic, that is future tense. We all know what is tense, isn't it? I think all of you already got to know what is tense and what are the things there. Okay, so better go through these classes first. Okay, let me introduce myself also. This is me, Shushmita Chakraborty, taking your English class from sector 13. So let's know about tense. Okay, you have already got what is tense, where I can find out when will it be used, who uses it, how to use. You have already got tense in the previous classes. Today we will just brief it and mainly we will read about future tense. So let's start tense. Tenses are the form taken by a verb to show the time of an action or the state of an event. Okay, I'm just making it easy for you. We know what is verb, isn't it? Verb means something is being done or something is by which we can mention the work is being done or some work is going on. Okay, we can very easily understand that the work is going on or it refers a work. What is verb? Verb refers a work. And when the work is being done, when the work has done, when the work is about to be finished, all the things or all the time are mentioned by tense. So what does tense do? Tense actually mention the time of a work. When the work is done or when the work is being accomplished, it is mentioned by the tense. So again I am telling what is tense. Tenses are the form taken by a verb to show the time of an action. So what does it do? It shows the time of an action or the state of an event. There are three tenses. What are they? Past tense, present tense and future tense. What are they? Three tenses: past, present and future. Now see, what is present tense? Present tense expresses an unchanging, repeated or recurring action or situation that exists only now. It can also represent a widespread truth. So present tense actually expresses the unchanging, that is the work which goes on every day, like something habituated. Okay, you are doing something and you are habituated to do these things are, and all the works are being done in the present time, not in past, not in future. The work which is related to present time, it mentions present tense. Okay, what is past tense? Past tense very easily we can understand that past tense expresses what? An action or situation that was started and finished in the past. Work has already been started and it has also been done or finished or completed when? In the past. So started and finished in the past, it mentions what? It mentions past tense. Now it's our point to know that what is future tense. Future tense expresses an action or situation that will occur in the future. So it expresses what? It expresses an action a work or an event or a situation which is about to happen in future, which has not happened yet, but it will happen later, it will happen in future. So future tense expresses an action of future. Now see, each of the three tenses has four forms or subdivisions to show continuity or completeness of the action at time. So all these three tenses have four subdivisions or subforms. These are what? Indefinite tense, continuous tense, perfect tense, perfect continuous tense. So all these three tenses have all these four forms. Now see, what is definitions? The definition, look. The indefinite tense does not indicate whether the action is complete or not. Actually, what does it do? When you will see any form of the indefinite tense, that is present, past and future, you will always see you cannot get to understand whether the work or whether the action is complete or not. But when you will go to the continuous tense, it will always indicate that the action is still going on. That means the action is continuing. Okay, the action is being in the continuation. It's in the continuation. It's not completed or something like that. It is being continued. So from continuous tense you can understand this. From perfect tense you can understand that the action is complete or the action is finished. So it's already been done. It's not to do now. It has already been finished, a complete work. Now see the next one, the perfect continuous tense indicates that the action began in the past and is still continuing. So what does it mean? Something has already started and it will be continuing. It is still continuing. Okay, so something has started but it is still continuing, or it was continuing, or it will be continuing according to the present, past and future. Okay, so we have got the form, how these things are defined. Let's see the next one. As we have already got to know that the action of the action is actually mentioned by the time, and when it is mentioned by the time it is called tense. And there are three forms, that is, one is present, past and future, and all these three tenses are also divided into four forms, that is present indefinite, past indefinite, future indefinite, present continuous, past continuous, future continuous, present perfect, past perfect and future perfect, present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous. So in short I have described this. Now I am going to future tense, and still you have not got future tense in class 6. We have already taken the classes on present and past tense in the school. Okay, so now see what is future tense. You have already got to know the work which is about to happen, which is about to accomplish in future, that is called future tense. Which is about to happen next, later, that is called future tense. As we have already got to know, there are four subforms, that are what? See, future indefinite tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense and future perfect continuous tense. Now let's see what is future indefinite tense or simple future. Okay, now see, the simple future is used to refer to actions that will take place after the act of speaking or writing. Okay, for example, she will go to Paris tomorrow. I am going to read newspaper tomorrow. Time signal, tomorrow, next week, next year. So what is future indefinite? I am just making it easy for you. Action that is supposed to happen. Okay, that is supposed to take place in future is called future indefinite tense. You just try to understand the easy way. Okay, action which is about to take place in future is called future indefinite tense. Such as see here that she will go to Paris tomorrow. It's not a work or not an action of today or past. It's something which is about to happen next. So that's why what is here? She will go to Paris tomorrow. And what are the time signal? Tomorrow, next week, next year, whenever we will get this, we can very easily understand these are mentioning the future thing and something related to future. In future indefinite tense we will get these kinds of words, okay, even in the future tense. Now see what is next, the forms of the simple future tense. We are going to know about the structure. In affirmative sentence, see there is a form, there is a structure. Subject, by S it refers subject, subject plus will or shall plus verb 1 plus object or. Now see look here, complement, okay, subject is for subject, will or shall will be these models will be here as auxiliary, and then V1 means the present form of the verb, that is the main verb or the principal verb that we say always, okay, main verb or the principal verb, and see then object or complement of the verb or the extension. It's not always we don't get object always. What is object? When we make question by what and when we get the answer, that time it will be object. But in the place of object, it can be extension also. If I say I will go to the market, then see I will go to the market. Can I get the answer if I make any question by what? What will I go? Or what shall I go? Will I get an answer? No. So where shall I go? I shall go to the market. So to the market, here it is the extension of the sentence. So here it can be object, here it can be extension of the sentence. Now see, subject, will or shall, then verb 1, that is present form of the verb, and then object or extension or the complement. Now like she is a teacher, here teacher is the complement of that she, okay. So see here, she see negative, in negative sentence what kind of form we will get? That will be also same, subject, then shall or will plus not, then main form of the verb, then object and what? That is complement or what? Extension. Now see the next one, interrogative, will or shall plus subject, because we know that when there will be interrogative, that means we will make questions, that time the auxiliaries will come in front, okay, they will come before subject. So see here, will or shall, then subject, then the present form of the verb, that is V1, then object, okay. Now see the next example, okay, affirmative, as I have told, I will go to Bali next month, she will come tomorrow. So see here, subject, then model, that is auxiliary. Actually in the American style we use will, shall everywhere, not actually shall, everywhere we use will, but we mainly follow the British style in the Asian continents. That's why while there is I and we, try to use shall instead of using will. See here I used will, but try to use shall while you will use I or we instead of will. Both will be correct, but still you better try to use shall in place of I and we for the first person. Now say I will go to Bali next month, she will come tomorrow. Say again I, then auxiliary plus not plus verb, then extension, to Bali next month. Then again see, shall or will plus subject plus verb, then the extension. So this way you will form the questions, and this way you will form the negative form and affirmative forms also. So go for the next thing. Where do we use future tense? Uses of will. Instant decisions, okay, instant decisions, such as say okay, I'll see you on Friday. So these are the decisions that can be taken at any while, okay, anytime, instant decisions. I'll see you on Friday. Predictions based in what we think. It will rain in the evening. So what it is, it's a prediction. We are thinking that something is about to happen, that is called predictions. So it will rain in the evening, that is predictions. The next thing, say promises and offers. Don't worry, I will go and buy some food for you. So see here I will, these are promises, these are offers. While you are going to promise, while you are going to offer something, that time you will have to maintain, and that time you will use what, future tense. So I hope all these things are quite easy for you. Now let's go for future continuous tense. So see, what is future continuous tense? From the very easy, from the very beginning we have got what is continuous tense. While we get to know something, some action is going on, and that time it is called continuous tense. So future continuous tense is used to describe actions ongoing in the future. That is, in future it is going to be continued. What? In future the action is going to be continued. The future progressive is used to refer to continuing. Progressive also means the continuous verb, okay, continuous tense. The future progressive is used to refer to continuing action that will occur in the future. So very easily we can understand the work which is going to be continued in future, this is called future continuous tense. If it is about past, the work is being continued in the past tense, that time it will be past continuous. I am just comparing these things to make you understand, okay. Now see, I shall be going out at 8. What? I shall be going out at 8 tomorrow morning. So see here, the thing is that something is going to be happen later on. So see here, here it has been shall be, okay, I shall be. So look, something is about to be happen in future and it is going to be continued at that time. That's why it is what, shall be going out. I shall be talking, I shall be coming, I shall be going, I shall be singing, I shall be teaching, anything it can be. So I think it's an easy one. Continuous is a very easy one. Now see, in affirmative subject, then will or shall, then be, then present form of the verb, then after that ing with present form of the verb, then object or extension. Then in negative, in the same way, subject, shall or will, then not plus be, then main form of the verb, and ing will be added with this verb, okay, and object. In interrogative, see, will or shall, then subject, then be, then present form of the verb, then ing, object, and you must put a question mark here, okay. Now see here, I will be playing, affirmative. See, subject, then what, auxiliary, will or shall, then plus be, plus verb, present form of the verb, plus ing. I will be playing, I shall be playing, I will not be playing, I shall not be playing. Better use I shall, okay. Though I have used will and shall both here to make you understand, but try to use shall with I and we, as I am telling you from the very early time. Now see, shall I be playing, shall I be playing. So see, that auxiliary is used before the subject. Shall I be playing? In the negative interrogative, shall I not be playing? What it is? Shall I not be playing? Now next, see, future perfect tense. What we have told in perfect tense, that something is complete or finished, okay. So see here, future perfect tense. The future perfect tense is used to refer to an action that will be completed sometime in the future before another action takes place. Okay, just try to understand this thing, that it is something that in that time about the work we are talking, it will be finished, it will be completed. So again I am telling that the work will be completed in that time, in that future. It refers what? It refers future perfect tense. Such as see, we shall have arrived at Surabaya tonight. Okay, tonight here it will be tonight, that is today's night. Okay, tonight. So we shall have arrived at. So while we will use by the next month, by the end of this day, so that time we can very easily understand this is from future tense. Okay, this mentions that something is about to happen in future. Now see next, let us understand these with the help of a figure. Now see, past tense, present time, past time, present time, future time. Think that past time is 5 o'clock, present time is 6 o'clock, and future time is 9 o'clock. So if I want to talk about future, then what it will be? Let's say that I will have finished dinner by 5 o'clock. No, because this is past time. Can I say that I will have finished dinner by 6 o'clock? No, because this is present time. If it is future time, if 9 o'clock is the future time, that time what it will be? I will have finished dinner by 9 o'clock. It will be okay, and other things will be what? Wrong. If I say if I say, see here, in the place of, if I say I have finished dinner by 6 o'clock, then it will be okay, because that time it will refer present perfect tense. But if I say I will have finished dinner by 6 o'clock, that time it will be wrong. Okay, if I say I had finished dinner by 5 o'clock, then it will be okay. But if I say I will have finished dinner by 5 o'clock, that referring that past time as it has been mentioned here, then it will be wrong. So above sentence makes clear that at a specific time in the future, a definite action will get over. Okay. Now see the structure: subject plus will or shall, then have, then what? Verb. V3. V3 means past participle form of the verb. Past participle form. We go that past. We say V1 means main form of the verb. It is main verb. V2 means the past form of the verb. V3 means past participle form of the verb. Okay, so see here, will or shall, then have, then V3, that is past participle form of the verb, then object or extension, then subject in negative. See, subject, will or shall, then not, then have, then past participle form of the verb, then object. Interrogative, will, shall, subject, then have, then past participle form, and then object. Now let's see the example. Okay, see here, in affirmative sentence, see here, she will have played. Subject, then auxiliary, then plus have, plus what? V3 means past participle form of the verb, V3. Now see the next thing, she will not have played. Negative. In the same way it has been made. Will she have played? Interrogative sentence, and negative interrogative is what? Will she not have played? So I think the things have been briefed very easily. Now the last one, that is perfect continuous tense. It means what? Work has been started before, but it is or it will be continuing. Okay, that time it refers perfect continuous tense. In future perfect continuous, see, the future perfect continuous tense is used to indicate a continuing action that will be completed at some specified time in the future. So what it is? That to indicate a continuing action, an action is going on, and that will be completed at some specific time, and it will be completed in a certain time, but it has already been started and it is going to be continued. Okay, such as, see, by June 2007 I shall have been working at this office for 3 years. It means what? That by June 2007 I shall have been working at this office for 3 years. Actually it has been mentioned for so many, someone has mentioned this before 2007. What? Before 2007. Let's go to the structure. It will be much more easier for you to go through the, if you go through the structure. Now let's see. Subject plus shall have been, then will have been, then what it is? V1. It means what? Present form of the verb plus ing. Okay. Then object, then since plus or since or for. That is when, as you will have to talk about the mentioned time, that time you will have to say about that since or for, and after that what is there? That is time. You will have to mention time or a clause by which you will going to say a sentence, and a new sentence will be there. Okay, so see here, you will have to, while you will go through this, you will have to understand the whole structure. Okay. What is clause? A clause is a unit of grammatical organization next below the sentence in rank. Okay, and in traditional grammar, said to consist of subject and predicate. So if I say two clauses are linked by clause chaining without consent. Let's see here. Negative. What is negative? In the same way, subject, then will or shall, then not, plus V plus verb, that is what? V1 plus ing plus object. Okay, interrogative, in the same way it will be made. Will or shall will be in front of the, or will before the subject. Now let's see the examples. Okay, in affirmative sentence, see, Raj will have been playing. Listen, that is, the work is going to be continued. Okay, the thing is that we can mention the time and we can even not mention the time. All the things can be happen there. So what is actually future perfect continuous? I'm just trying to make it easy for you. While it indicates a verb or future action that keeps going on until another action comes to close, but sometimes we can also mention it without mentioning another work. That the first priority is that a work is going on in that time. Okay, it will be continued. It will be continued at that time, and this is the main part. Raj will have been playing. What? Raj will have been playing. Raj will not have been playing. So the work will not be, look here, it is going to be continued. By this we can understand that the work is going to be continued in that time. Will Raj have been playing? Will Raj not have been playing? So according to the structure, all these sentences have been made. Now let's see the next thing. With structure, I'm going to make you understand, as it's little bit difficult. But the thing is that we use future perfect tense and future perfect continuous tense in our daily life in a very shorter way. Okay, you don't use it much in our conversation. Even in the writing document, we don't use it much. Its use is quite less. Now see, subject plus shall have been plus will have been plus verb v1 plus ing, object plus since or for, then time. Okay, see here, we shall have been waiting. So see here, with subject, shall have been waiting for, waiting, that is v1 plus ing, v1 plus ing, object for him, then for 5 minutes. While since will be placed while something is definite. Okay, that like since 1 hour, like what? Since, no, not since 1 hour, such as I am telling about that a particular year or something like that, a particular day, that time it will be since, otherwise it will be a particular time, like since morning. Okay, we shall have been waiting for him since morning. If it was a mentioned time, that time it will be since. Okay, a particular time, that time it will be what? It will be since. But when it is not particular, for 5 minutes, okay, any 5 minutes, so we shall, that is for, and then the time for 5 minutes, for 1 hour or something like that. Now see in the structure 2, subject plus shall have been or will have been, then V1, that is present form of the verb, then ing, then object, and after that, after using that object or after using that verb, okay, object is not mandatory, object is not mandatory. After even using that verb, you can use until, till, before, and after that another portion of the sentence. Okay, another portion of the sentence, another what? Another sentence with what? With subject and predicate. Another sentence with subject and predicate, that is clause. While in one sentence you are using 2 portions with that subject and predicate, that is called what? Clause. Okay, in one sentence, while there are 2 sentences. Now see, Raj will have been playing for hours. What? Raj will have been playing for hours. We have got, see here, for hours. In the, we have used this after when? Until his father comes. While we will join the next work. So what is going on? See here, Raj will have been playing. By these also we can understand that this is what? This is future perfect continuous tense. Even we omitted this, if even that time we can understand this is future perfect continuous. But there can be 2 parts. There can be 2 parts where 2 verbs are mentioning. In one word, something is going to be continued in that time, and another thing is that which is related to this portion, such as, see here, Raj will have been playing for hours until his father comes. So how long his father will not come? Raj will continue his playing. Okay, so his playing will be continued when he up to the time his father will not come. So all these 2 actions are related to each other. So, and while the work which is going to be continued, it will be the first clause. It will be the first clause, and it will be with the present future perfect continuous, and the next portion will be with present indefinite tense or present or future indefinite. So you can say Raj will have been playing for hours until his father will come. So you can use in these 2 ways. I think now this thing has very much easy for you. So I'm going to sum up the whole lesson. We have read future, simple future, then continuous, future continuous, future perfect continuous. Where in simple future, predictions about future with verbs like think, believe, expect, etc. come. On the spot decisions we have already got. Promises, threats, warnings, requests, hopes, offers, goes also. Actions, events, situations which will definitely happens in the future. And what is the formation? I, you, he, she, we, they, do it. That is, something is about to happen, and these words will be there: tomorrow, soon, the day after tomorrow. In continuous, I am telling this what it is. The action is going to be what? Continued. Okay, in that time the verb will be going on, and it is called what? Continuous tense. And you, that is what, sir, you will be doing, will be doing, they will be doing, whatever it is, all will be doing. Okay, perfect continuous, that the work has already, or the action will be finished before a started future time. Okay, such as you will have done, I shall have done, he will have done, before, by, till, by the, by then, by the time, until. These words will be there. In perfect continuous, emphasis on the duration of an action up to a certain time in the future, such as you will have, or you will be doing. Okay, you will be doing. Now see, that is what is the homework. Homework is, you will see in 141 page there is a exercise, okay, related to what, future tense. Then you will just go through this, you will practice this and also learn. Okay, from first of all you will go through all this lesson from your book as well as from here, and after that you will complete the exercise from notebook. That's your work. Then see, hope this class will be fruitful for you, and it will be, you will be helped by this class. So that's all for this class and for today. Hope all of you have enjoyed this class. Try to stay